Good morning, everyone. This is Matthias Chang from Future Fast Forward. I'm sure a lot of you were very excited over the weekend when a scumbag, crony, loyal but not very smart mouthpiece of Najib, in the person of Salleh Keruak from Sabah, made a statement, a press statement, attacking myself and Hussam for withdrawing our civil suit in New York without knowing the facts and making all kinds of mischievous, misleading, misrepresentation, lies and damn lies about what happened. Now, this is what this scumbag spokesperson said. It was reported in a newspaper that class action lawsuit filed in the United States against 1MDB and others by Tun Mahathir Mohamad's political secretary Matthias Chang and Hussam Musa generated global controversy. It was based, and see those underlying words, it was based purely on the allegations in the US Department of Justice civil complaint and on false smears published by the Wall Street Journal. I pause here for a while, for 5 seconds, for you to focus on those words in bold and underline. I repeat, it was based purely on the allegations in the US Department of Justice civil complaint and on false smears published by the Wall Street Journal. You got that? Make sure it's tattooed on your mind. Then in paragraph 2 and 3 of the statement, he went on to say, this lawsuit by Tun Mahathir's henchmen generated global news and controversy when it was filed on 11 August. The underlying words in bold, but strangely, the Wall Street Journal and other Western media haven't reported that yesterday the lawsuit was dismissed. And paragraph 3, it says, the reality is that it was baseless from the start, a pure publicity stunt to manipulate public perceptions. Part of Tun Mahathir's plan to sabotage 1MDB and damage Malaysia's economy to unseat the democratic elected government. Once again, I'm going to pause for the camera to zoom in on those words, bold and underlined, so that you have them tattooed in your mind. You got it? Let's read paragraph 3. The reality is that it was baseless from the start, a pure publicity stunt to manipulate public perceptions. It was part of Tun Mahathir's plan to sabotage 1MDB and damage Malaysia's economy to unseat the democratic elected government. Let's pause here and comment on this irresponsible, publicity-seeking statement from a crony of Najib, a scumbag, a liar, and a phony. It says that the allegation in our civil suit is based entirely on the complaint of the DOJ and on smears by Wall Street Journal. I now challenge this phony scumbag. We have published, and I've referred to in my video speeches in the past, our civil suit. I challenge him in a public debate for him to prove that our claim, civil suit, is based entirely on the DOJ complaint and smears by Wall Street. And just to give a little teaser to this scumbag, ignorant idiot. DOJ complaint did not sue Goldman Sachs. DOJ is a forfeiture suit and action in rem. Whereas our suit is against individuals for damages, being part of a money laundering cabal, being part of a racketeering criminal cabal to financially rape our country. You stupid idiot. If you don't know English, go back to school or take tuition in English language before you utter any stupid word. You're not fit to be a minister, more so in charge of multimedia, when you don't even understand basic principles. Scumbag! Now, insofar as the DOJ complaint, you make a sneer, a critique, as if DOJ complaint is based on fantasies and rumors. You scumbag. I'm sure as the minister, even though an irresponsible minister, you have done at least the basic act of looking at the title page of the DOJ complaint, as you would be by necessity as a minister, as a member of MKT, to look at the title page of the DOJ complaint. It states there, a verified complaint. You scumbag. Can you read the words? Verified. Are your statements made in public over the weekend verified? Do you give an oath on pain of perjury that what you say in your prep statement is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You scumbag, you coward, you lying idiot. Okay? So, all of you people in Malaysia, look at the title. This is a court document filed by the US government. It's not some surat layang that he's famous for. This scumbag is a verified claim. And then, in my previous speech, I drew your attention that the DOJ complaint consisting of 156 pages. And the last page was a statement. Verification. You scumbag, crony mouthpiece. A verification statement by the special agent of the FBI who conducted the investigations. Okay? Where were you? Did you not read this statement, you scumbag? You lying phony? And let me read to the public again, the whole of Malaysia. It states here, I, or Robert B. Huling, hereby verify and declare under penalty of perjury that I'm a special agent with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, that I have read the foregoing verified complaint for forfeiture in rem and know the contents thereof, and that the matters contained in the verified complaint are true to the best of my knowledge and belief. The sources of my knowledge and information and the grounds of my belief are official files and records of the United States, publicly available files and historical information supplied to me by other law enforcement officers, experts, and other witnesses, as well as my investigation in this case, together with others as a special agent of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I hereby declare under penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct. Executed this 20th day of July 2016 at Los Angeles, California, and signed. And you scumbag, Salleh Keruak, in this statement, where is there any reference to Wall Street Journal or any other newspaper? Don't you understand simple English? If not, like I said, go back to kindergarten, learn your ABC, learn your English. That's why you're a stupid idiot, you're a dud. and you have brought shame to this country, and you have by your action lynched your boss. You make a fool of your boss and yourself of UMNO MKT. Shut up, zip up before you talk. Alright? And then in the DOJ complaint, there were detailed statements made, all the facts for you to verify and check. Did you do so? You scumbag minister? Having read the DOJ complaint, did you take the trouble to check the facts with the IGP, with the Attorney General, with MACC, before you make a statement that the case is baseless? My statement is baseless because the DOJ complaint is baseless and based on smear. Read this, you scumbag. Page 8 of the DOJ complaint. Did you check it out, you scumbag? I read to you, para 13, page 8. For the benefit of all Malaysians, numerous assets, including the defendant asset, were acquired with funds unlawfully diverted from 1MDB or funds traceable thereto. As a result, the defendant asset is subject to forfeiture to the United States government pursuant to 18 U.S.C. 1981A1A because it is a property involved in one or more money laundering transactions in violation of 18 U.S.C. Section 1956 and or 1957 and 18 U.S.C. 981A1C because it is property constituting or derived from process traceable to one or more violations of U.S. law defined as a specified unlawful activity in 18 U.S.C. Section 1956C7 and or Section 19611. You read that, scumbag Salleh Keruak? If you haven't read it or don't understand English, get your teacher, pay someone to read it and translate Bahasa Melayu for you. You phony. Don't give excuse, because I have now exhibited these documents in front of you for your attention. And I hope all Malaysians throughout the country will shame him into submission for his stupidity and ignorance. Then, in my previous speech, I brought to the attention of the court, Malaysian courts as well, because I have under investigation for SOSMA, to the whole country, that there was an ex parte application filed by the DOJ for an order to seize the assets of the red granite. You see the words? Ex parte application for post-complaint restraining order, memorandum of points and authorities. Okay? This is a legal document to seek an official order from the court to seize the process of red granite and from the film Wolf of Wall Street. Okay? This is the cover page. You little idiot. Again, get someone who can speak English well, who can read English well, to translate to you, for you in Bahasa. You stupid idiot from Sabah. You're a disgrace. At page 5, introduction, the keywords are now underlined, highlighted in yellow. All Malaysians must read this carefully. Okay? You got it? The complaint alleges that the Wolf of Wall Street's rights are property that constitute or were derived from proceeds traceable to one or more violations of a foreign offence involving the misappropriation of public funds by or for the benefit of a public official, 18 U.S.C. Section 1956C 7B4. Fraud by or against a foreign bank, 18 U.S.C. Section 1956C 7B3. International transportation or receipt of stolen or fraudulently obtained property, 18 U.S.C. Section 2314. Receipt of stolen money, 18 U.S.C. Section 2315. 4. Wire fraud, 18 U.S.C. Section 1343. And 5. A conspiracy to commit such offences. The complaint also alleges that the Wolf of Wall Street rights are property that are involved in and are traceable to property involved in one or more money laundering transactions or attempted transactions in violation of 18 U.S.C. Section 1956A1B1, 1956A2B, and Section 1957, and the conspiracy to commit such offences in violation of Section 18 U.S.C. Section 1956H. He goes on to say, page 6, the government alleges that the production of the motion picture, The Wolf of Wall Street, was financed with proceeds of a conspiracy by multiple individuals, including public officials, the keyword is public officials and their associates, to misappropriate and fraudulently divert billions of dollars from one Malaysian Development Berhad, including by different foreign banks and by sending foreign via communications in furtherance of the scheme, and thereafter to launder the proceeds for that criminal conduct, including in and through U.S. financial institutions. And at the bottom, you will see, alright, the stated purpose of the joint venture between 1MDB and the Arabs was to exploit certain energy concession rights in Turkmenistan and Argentina that Saudi purported to own. Under the terms of the agreement, 1MDB agreed to invest $1 billion in cash in a joint venture in exchange for 40% equity interest in the joint venture. And B, Saudi agreed to give the joint venture the mineral extraction concessions it purportedly owned in Turkmenistan and Argentina in exchange for 60% equity interest. Saudi energy concession rights were allegedly valued at approximately 2.7 billion. Next paragraph, highlight. Low Tech Joe, alias Joe Low, and associates cost 700 million of the 1 billion that was to be invested in the joint venture to be sent to an account at RBS Coats Bank in Zurich, held in the name of Good Star. Between May and October 2011, approximately 330 million in additional funds were wired at the direction of 1MDB officials to the Good Star account, purportedly in connection with the financing agreement executed between 1MDB and the 1MDB Saudi joint venture. Good Star was a wholly owned subsidiary of Saudi. This was not true. According to banking records, Good Star was a company controlled by Low, and Low was also Good Star accounts beneficial owner and sole authorized signatory. At the time, Jolo was a Malaysian national and was a 29-year-old with no official position with MDB. Then at page 10, it goes on to say, funds from the Good Star account was transferred into and to various bank accounts at City National Bank in Los Angeles, associated with Granite Pictures, and that money was ultimately used to fund the production of the Wolf of Wall Street, a motion picture produced by Granite Pictures and released in the United States on December 25, 2013. These ones are directly traceable to the 700 million wire transfer and the 330 million wire transfer unlawfully diverted from 1MDB into the Good Star account. As set forth above, approximately 1.03 billion was diverted from 1MDB to Good Star account between approximately September 2009 and October 2011. Bank account records from City National Bank and corresponding bank records from JP Morgan Chase show that 2 wires totaling 10 over million were sent from Good Start account to a bank account at City National Bank in Los Angeles that was designated as the operating account for Red Granite Pictures. And Aziz is a signatory of that account. More specifically, first, on about April 12, 2011, a wire for 1 million was sent from Good Star to Red Granite Pictures operating account. The notation of this wire read, investor advisors used 1.173 million out of the USD 5 million to Red Granite Movies. Second, on about September 10, 2012, a wire for approximately 9 million was sent from Good Star to Red Granite Pictures operating account. Now this was, on this wire read, advisors for Wall Street Movie. Okay? So here you have specific facts giving detail of how money was wire transferred to Red Granite. And then what happens? The lawyer for Red Granite entered into a joint application. See the box below, the title. Amended joint application for revised order on consent in lieu of the restraining order. You see that scumbag Salleh Keruak? They jointly applied to court, okay, with regard to the proceeds from one picture, The Wolf of Wall Street, to be frozen and segregated. A joint application, you stupid scumbag. And thereafter, following the application, there was a consent order. Okay? You got it? Clear? Salleh Keruak? If you are blind or you can't see, wear some specs, or get someone to read out to you. The order contains few paragraphs. The key paragraph I will show to you now is paragraph 3 and 4. You got it? At page 2 of the order. Continue to page 3 of the order. And then finally, page 4 of the order, which you will see is signed by the judge, scumbag Salleh Keruak. Consent order. See the signature of the judge? Now, let me be very clear. Let me read to you the key parts of the consent order. Paragraph 3. Red Granite shall cause any proceeds of the motion picture, The Wolf of Wall Street, first film, and Friends with Kids, another film, 2 films that are payable to Red Granite to be held by Vintage or another third party agreeable to the parties in a segregated account pending further agreement or order of the court. So, here is a direct consent order pursuant to a joint application by DOJ and Red Granite. Okay? Now, what's interesting is this. Some people say, but those orders were made in August and you filed an action, alright, in late August. Therefore, you should know this consent order. Unfortunately, a lot of people who talk so much, who are armchair critics, and I was told one gentleman, one China Guai, called Lim Xian Si, who talk a lot, doesn't do research, write a lot of bogus articles, okay? Alright? Who didn't bother to make research. Because if you have gone to America, to the court website, he may have found some useful information. We only knew about the consent order, that's why only on the 15th of September did I give a speech in making reference to the consent order. And my video speech was entitled Bombshell from a DOJ Complaint. It was the first time. And to prove that there could not be anyone could have earlier knowledge of the consent order was because here is an official document from the record examiner of the court dated 9 September, wherein from the court records after, see the title, publication, we came to know what happened prior to this notification. You will also recall, people in Malaysia, that at one time we thought because the action was filed on the 20th of July, Red Granite, Rizal Aziz or Jolo must enter the appearance on or before the 20th of August. However, from this notification, notice was filed in the court website starting from, if I may, 9 August, first notification. And by law, they must put this notice for 30 days, ending in September. So therefore, the last day for them to appear in court was 7 September. So no one knew. That is why, upon inquiry from the mass media, DOJ stated that parties have up to early September to give notice of their claim or to challenge the forfeiture. Following the expiry of the 30 days notice on 7 September, the court issued a statement 9 September. So if people like Lim Sen Si and Salleh Keruak were to do research and take the trouble, like I did, pay money, get documents from the court files, to get the truth, to see the actual documents before we speak, I would suggest Salleh Keruak and armchair critic Lim Sen Si, whoever he is, shut up, zip up, and don't talk or don't write articles if you don't know what's going on, okay? Have the humility. So, coming back to Salleh Keruak, have you not forgotten? Or have you forgotten really? What your colleague Raman Dalan says? MO1 is the Prime Minister. In an interview with BBC, he says, I said openly, obviously, if you read the documents, it's a Prime Minister. The BBC quoted him as saying in an article titled, Who is Malaysian Official 1? Case closed, published on its website on Thursday. So if your colleagues come back, Salleh, having read the DOJ complaint and accept the assertion, the statements, the facts, the evidence, the MO1 is the Prime Minister, how can you say that our suit is baseless, based on smear campaign by Wall Street Journal, when your own colleague in the cabinet, your own colleague in MKT, Supreme Council UMNO, has already conceded and accepted those assertions as true. So please, Salleh Keruak, I've told you so often, zip up, shut up. You know, then you do less harm to your boss, Najib. Don't try to bodak, understand? and try to show that you're a hero, you make yourself a stupid fool. Alright? Groveling in shit. Bullshit, horse shit. Okay? Groveling in shit. Finally, to all the Malaysian people, as a result of all these facts, our lawyers in America has advised us to withdraw the suit. When you withdraw the suit, the word is dismissed voluntarily. Okay? There's no court order striking out our suit. That's like in Malaysia. Okay? If you file a suit in court, and if you file a notice of withdrawal, the case is withdrawn. Because subsequently, other facts is developed. If Rizal Aziz and his lawyers enter into consent order, that certain proceeds are to be frozen. Therefore, Jolo is implicated. Because in the complaint, it's stated very clearly, Jolo owns the bank account, Good Star, and was responsible to transfer the money to Red Star. To that extent, those facts we don't have to prove in our civil suit. There are other issues as well. And we have to add other evidence that's now, since we filed our action, has transpired. Okay? We can either amend our suit or withdraw or file a fresh one. The choice is purely by our lawyers in America. Okay? They are the experts in American law, we are not. So, we are not running away or abandoning the suit. Let me assure Salleh Keruak, we intend to pursue this matter to the very end for truth to come out. If your colleague Rahman Dahlan has admitted MO1 is a prime minister, surely you scumbag, you have a responsibility as a Muslim to do your duty to help bring back the monies to the Malaysian public and account for it. But instead, you are sitting in a quagmire of shit, bullshit, horse shit, and try to be a hero. You're a scumbag. You're a crook, a political crook. No backbone, no substance. You are hollow. You're empty. Stop making noise. You're losing all credibility. Okay? So, may I remind you, in conclusion, since you're a Muslim, maybe you should be reminded as to your duty as a Muslim, as a citizen, to do your duty under the Constitution and do your duty under your oath as a minister. Read this from the Prophet Muhammad. Truthfulness and trustworthiness are virtues of foremost importance in Islam. In the words of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him, these are the prerequisites of faith. Without them, no one can be a true Muslim. Truthfulness and worthiness. Instead, you lie, you distort, you misrepresent. Therefore, by this injunction, you can't even call yourself a Muslim. You're a scumbag. And this saying of Prophet Muhammad was elaborated and commented by Abdullah bin Masud in Bukhari and Muslim. It says this: observe truthfulness as a duty and always speak the truth, for truthfulness puts you on the path of virtue, and virtue leads you to heaven. And when a person tells the truth as a rule and makes truthfulness a way of life, he attains the place of sincerity and faithfulness. And with God, his name is written among the sincere, and stay strictly away from falsehood. For falsehood puts you on the path of immorality and leads you to hell. And when a man takes to lying, the sequel is that his name is written with God among the faithless and the insincere. So let me remind you, study Keruak. You told lies, you promote falsehood, you've been named as a person as faithless and insincere. You have been condemned. But God has given you a chance to repent. So, go back, home, cleanse yourself physically, go to the mosque and pray and ask for forgiveness, and from then on, tell the truth and be trustworthy. And be a good Muslim for once. And don't be a disgrace to your religion, to your country, and to your family. You're disgusting. You criticize with no basis, without research, and try to make me and Husam look like a fool. Huh? You don't even understand legal procedure. Alright? Things has proceeded to the extent that what we pleaded earlier is not enough. We need to tumble some more facts, some more evidence for which we have now obtained. So to all Malaysians, some of you has called me, has emailed me, and WhatsApp me, panicking. It indicates to some extent, because if you believe in truth, if you're trustworthy, if you know the facts as I've explained to you, why do you panic? That shows you lack faith. That's why I keep on saying to you, all of you, repeatedly, surrender yourself completely to the will of God. Have absolute faith that He will protect us, defend us, and guide us under all circumstances in the face of all enemies and adversities. Some of you complain that my video is half an hour or more, sometimes 45 minutes. Some of you are so lazy mentally. It takes a week or more to do research. Like a lawyer in court. His submission may be half an hour, but he has spent months researching to distill the essence in the form of submission to the court of law. Likewise, we've done the same thing. So some of you, and I don't mind saying so bluntly to all of you, who says you will want a better Malaysia. You want to fight against Najib, but you're too mentally lazy to even do a bit of research that is already distilled for you. So please, don't be a hypocrite. If you're serious and sincere in opposing evil, in opposing criminal cabal, if you don't have time to do research, at least pay attention to those who are doing research. Spend hours and days compiling facts, some writing articles, some giving interviews, press statements, and some like me giving speeches. Take an active part to listen. Don't expect us to spoon feed you. Because the day will come and you'll be judged whether you have seriously, sincerely, faithfully uphold justice, a duty second to party to the Muslims and to Christians, and did your part in toppling evil, reading of evil. You've not even done the most minimum, but just sit and write articles and comment like armchair critic like Lim Sian Si and all these idiots. May I suggest to all of you, shut up, zip up, and don't be a nuisance, because your action has contributed to the cause of the criminal cabal, not to the cause of the people striking for justice. You have one chance to redeem your laziness, your mental indiscipline. I therefore urge you, you have a chance not to be punished by God Almighty. Do your duty as a Christian, do your duty as a Buddhist, as a Hindu, as a Muslim. Uphold justice and do the bare minimum. Seek truth and expose lies. With that, I make no apology for making this very strong statement. of reprimand against those lazy people who talk so much in the social media, who critique but do nothing. For the rest of you, I will conclude once again. Victory is near. We will prevail. And we must go all out, fully focused in a concerted effort to beat down, to kick down scumbags, ignorant idiots like Salleh Keruak, and stop them from spreading lies. The person who laughs last, laughs best. Never count a chicken before they're hatched. Once again, I hope you watch this video, make copies and pass it on to your friends, as well as my previous video which I made on the 15th of September. It is uploaded on YouTube. Go and watch it and spread it. With that, I wish you a good day and all of you well. With strength, let's move forward as one to victory. Thank you.